Welcome everybody, thanks for coming today. My name is James Alexander from PDK Financial. I really appreciate you taking the time out of your day to come listen to us today and hear about our new service and how it can benefit you and your business. It's really a casual session today. Me going for about 20 minutes and my fellow presenter Kim for about the same, just to talk about our new offering, and I'll introduce Kim a little bit later. So what's keeping you awake at night? As a business owner, I guess the GFC could be keeping you up. That affects cash flow, staffing issues. There's uncertainty with competition, lifestyle, and succession planning. And is there a value gap? And what I mean by that is there a gap between what you need the business to be worth in succession or in retirement and what you think it is worth? Of course, as a business owner, running your business, there's also stresses there in relation to goals. Your goal might be to create income, more income, or might also be to create wealth. There's always pressure and stresses on that. In your business too, you need to protect what you're producing. You need to grow and improve in your business, and you want to secure your future. So your business really is designed to produce income, create wealth, and then you want to protect it, improve it, and help it to secure your future. And is there a gap there in the future planning, as I mentioned before, with the value gap on succession? VIBA, or Value Improving Benchmarking Advice, can assist with all that. And this process really is to show how the VIBA can assist in all these areas for the owner and for the business. Good advice equals a more certain future. A lot of advisors these days, or typically, are historical. They look historically, they react to things, they do valuations for specific purpose. They may have just transactional advice. They have general knowledge. VIBA advisors, we're more forward-looking. We're proactive. We look to strategise and give value-based advice, not just one-off advice. And we give valuations for value improvement in your business, not just a one-off purpose. Let's have a look at a case study. We have a distribution business. There's two owners, perhaps mum and dad, two brothers, two sisters, who knows, both over 50. They've got some key issues. Profit's okay, but cash flow's tight. There's staff and there's succession problems with the future. VIBA really introduces a three-step game plan. We look at valuation and a value gap calculation. We look at benchmarking and analysing those numbers, and we look at VIBA growth and improvement strategies to grow and improve the business. And these steps are briefly discussed over the next 6 slides. These 3 are also discussed near the end in a flowchart. So step 1, valuation and a value gap calculation. Do you know the real true value of your business, the current true value of the business? What business value you need to secure your future? Do you know it? Do you have a gap? And really what this is trying to say is, if you have some capital outside your business, some capital, some cash, if you have some other investment assets, are you relying on your business and its sale to help fund the retirement? Do you really know what it's all worth compared to what you need in retirement? And there could be a gap. And with that gap and with that relying on business, there's a risk involved. Step 2 is a benchmarking analysis. And this is traditionally a historical performance measurement process. And value improvement benchmarking is a management advisory process by which we look at future value and how that can be improved. And we benchmark value, capitalisation rates, and performance. Now, we have access to a database that can compare your business to others in the same industry for an average comparison to benchmark and benchmarking against the top 20% in your industry. We can also identify strengths and weaknesses and areas to improve in your industry and your business. Now, is everyone familiar with a capitalisation rate? If not, what that really means in basic terms is if you're looking for a 25% return on your profit, 25% return on your investment, that's a cap rate of 4. It's the inverse. If you're looking for a 33% return on profit or on your investment, you've got a cap rate of 3, etc. So we look at profit, essentially cash flow from the business of say $100,000, and you'd like a 25% return, that's 25 grand. You're really looking for a cap rate of 4. So for that $100,000 profit, you may pay $400,000 for that business. This next slide really just gives you an example, a small snapshot of part of the page of the benchmark report that we use, a valuation benchmark. And here you can see circled, we're looking at your business, for example. In this particular example was a business cap rate of 2.4. The industry average was 3.4 for this particular industry in the grocery, liquor and tobacco product wholesaling. And the top 20, that should be not top 10, the top 20, the top 20% were getting a cap rate of 3.7. So the industry average in the benchmark cap rate was 3.4 to 3.7. In this particular business for this client was only giving a cap rate of 2.4. So there's room for improvement, and there's strategies we can implement to get that cap rate and hence the value of your business on sale up and to improve it. Step 3 is the growth and improvement strategies that we implement. And really what we're looking to do is a couple of steps here. We can look to improve your business value drivers. To do that, we use what is called a RAVDA, which will be discussed later. It's a risk and value driver assessment form. We look at management information systems, for example. We look at client relationship management procedures, CRMs. We look at a business operating manual, a systems and procedures manual, and really what's the likelihood of someone buying your business and that profit continuing without the current ownership structure there. And really it's worth more if there's a good systems and procedures manual and the business can run without the boss, so to speak. We also have a procedure to engage your staff and to grow your business. We'll look at staff training and development plan and a staff value program. And these are anonymous surveys and reports that are done outside of PDK with the reports coming back through us. And that's a separate service, separate piece of advice that I'm not going to talk any more about, but if you're interested, please contact our office, contact me later. This graph really is just designed to highlight, what if we revalued your business based on those growth and improvement strategies, management information systems, business value drivers, where could we be? The current value based on the previous cap rate of 2.4 might be 281,000, but there's growth strategies we can put in place which we can measure numerically, which can show a what-if scenario with a revaluation of 508. In other words, a growth of 226,000. And really, we discuss and review these strategies with you. We feed them back into the model and we can quantify what the value is and what the growth potential can be. And the next slide really looks at the value gap as well, and similar sort of calculations. Currently, with this particular client, looking at their capital, their cash outside of the business, say some other investments, property, shares, what have you, and the business, and what they needed in retirement, there was a shortfall, a value gap of 459,000. Once we plugged the numbers in and we recalculated the figures based on the strategies, we can shorten that gap, but there's still a shortfall, but it's going the right direction. Of course, if we reach benchmark, this particular client would have had a surplus. Now, of course, we're in the profession of giving advice, but realistically, we always say get professional advice, and that's just not for accounting. It's also for financial planning, legal advice. You wouldn't take your car to your dentist. You go to the right person to get the right advice. And I'm not going to read all those quotes there, but I will read the first one. The potential causes of failure might be reduced if business owners accessed the appropriate advice. And there's quotes there then down by the bottom. It's not just us saying this, it's respected professors of university and people in the business community all saying the same sort of thing. So realistically, what can you do? Well, the first steps, first 3 steps are listed here, and they're all complementary at PDK under this program. The first step really is to come talk to us. Then you can request an industry performance benchmarking report to identify your business strengths and weaknesses. And we should really complete a growth and succession planning assessment, or a GASPA, as we call it. Love these acronyms. Really to start planning your future for growth and success. And really the GASPA is about 1 hour of your time chatting to us and having conversation and requesting a benchmarking report. Really doesn't take much time at all, but the growth and succession planning assessment is a pretty key part of reviewing all the different facets of your business and planning for your future. So this is really the VIBA advisory process, and you can see it starts up in the top left with a needs review, and it flows sort of around to the right and down the bottom to the left again. And this is the flow chart that I mentioned earlier, and the process that we follow to evaluate and identify areas for improvement in performance and value. And we start off with a needs review. So the needs review is really where we start looking at the GASPA, as I mentioned earlier, and this is just a snapshot of part of page 1. You'll have one of these in your packs, and this is what I suggest that you all make appointments for. It's free, as I mentioned, to complete and go through with one of us up here at PDK, and as I said, it's free and it takes about an hour. So once we've done a needs review and assessed the key future needs and identified opportunities, then we start looking at a business value assessment step. And the business value assessment is where we look at the RAVDA, the risk and value driver assessments. Now, I'm not handing any one of these out. These are part of the key to analysing the business, and it forms part of the valuation process. There's 6 pages, and for an SME, or a small to medium enterprise, there's about 70 questions, and it covers a variety of key areas of risk and value drivers for your business. And really it's got to be answered honestly. And if any one of these can be improved, it adds value. It improves the cap rate, which adds value, which therefore obviously adds the potential sale price of the business, increases. Once we've done those 2 steps, we then look at a value comparison, and really that's looking at comparing. We run a valuation and we compare that to similar values and buy sales data in the database we get access to similar businesses to the client that we're looking at, using our knowledge bank and also our buy-sell benchmarking reports. So we do a comparison to other similar businesses. We then also run a value gap analysis, and we try and determine if there's a gap, a future gap, between really what the business is worth now and what it needs to be in retirement. And we try and look at ways to improve the value or reduce that gap. As an example of a value gap analysis, let's look at John and Mary. They want to sell their business and retire in 7 years when Mary is 55. For the income that they need in retirement, with the estimated investment yield that we've plugged into the system, they'll need about 1.66 million in assets. And in your handouts there's a basic report and calculations for the numbers behind these numbers, if you like. So when you look at other investments that they've got, other current investments in capital, taking them out of the equation, the business needs to be valued at about 1.216. They needed 1.6, taking out other investments, they need the business at 1.2. But we've currently done the numbers, run through the RAVDA, and the business is actually valued at about 640,000. So there's a shortfall. There's a value gap of about 576,000. So using the current projections and estimated profit growth, they'll reach that 1.2 million in 16 years, not 7. So realistically, they've got to work longer to achieve what they need. So how do we improve that value? How do we improve the business? Or in other words, how can we reduce that 16 years back to 7 to achieve their goal? And really, I sort of ask 5 sort of key questions. And if you don't know the answers to these, you'd probably benefit from completing a value gap analysis and doing this exercise. What is your current business value? Question 1. What does the business value need? What do you need it to be at time of sale? Question 2. Question 3. What's the period of time before you can afford to sell? You know, up in this example, they wanted 7 years, but it's actually going to be 16. What's your profit target? What are you trying to achieve in your business? And what are your growth strategies? Really, by doing this analysis, you can relax a little bit, knowing what your profit target needs to be to attain your desired sale price in retirement and succession. Once we identify the areas that we can improve and systems and procedures and other things that we can tweak within your business, we can feed that into the profit optimization software, again, that we have. And really this puts in some key financial data and drills down and analyses key ratios and areas for improvement, and does very quick and easy what-if scenarios on cash flow, profit improvement, debtors turnaround days, stock turnaround days, a whole range of KPIs to identify areas for improvement. And then we can feed that data into our benchmarks to then see how we've improved the business compared to the benchmarks, to our knowledge bank. We can use our RAVDA materials to improve the risk and value drivers. And really it goes round in the circle to try and do the what-if calculations to plug back in and see in our profit optimization software the effects of those RAVDA risk and value driver changes, the effects of what-ifs on the profit numbers and the financials, the effects of changes in the balance sheet and the way that you operate your business. We could even see the effects of change in competition and the economy. And we plug it into profit optimization, which is really a what-if scenario on your profit, and see where we can be, where it can improve, how the numbers will change. We can then plug that back into our valuation numbers to determine what the new value might be, and if the gap is reducing, we can plug it in to compare to benchmark. And we do a re-evaluation of your business and see how things are improving or changing, and agree on steps that are achievable. And from all of this process, we really try and provide some solutions for growth, improvement and succession. Now, those can be solutions of any type, whether it be marketing, which is where Kim can come in, coaching. We have a coaching program at PDK. We can have a board of advice type program where we can sit on a board or make decisions with the directors of the business on a regular basis, monthly, quarterly, half yearly. We set up a strategic plan of advice, or really just key reports and areas to focus on with our monitoring and backing you up, at least annually, to try and keep you on track. And like I said earlier, with getting professional advice, you know, if you need other professionals in the process, you know, we can be the key point of contact for finance brokers, financial planners, lawyers, whatever we need, whatever the scenario is, to link into this whole process of the needs review, doing an assessment of the value, doing a comparison to other businesses, seeing if there's a gap, and then strategies for improvement in profit, benchmarking and revaluing, and finding those solutions, as I said, whether that be marketing, coaching, board of advice, or really just continually looking at the strategies and systems we put in place and monitoring them to make sure that you're staying on track. Thank you very much for your attention today. I hope you got something out of it. If there's any questions at all, please hold them to the end. And of course, feel free to email or phone me at the office, and I'll be more than happy to talk to you. I'll now hand over to Kim Turner for his presentation on marketing.
Yeah, thanks, James. Hello, everybody. My name's Kim Turner. I've been in sales and marketing for over 30 years now, and along the way I've started and run my own successful businesses. I've sold businesses and bought businesses, and I've also had extensive experience in training and coaching other business owners to do just the same. And along the way I've made a fair few mistakes, but I've also learned a lot of important lessons about a whole range of things, and particularly about sales and marketing. So Now my passion is helping other business owners to increase their business, to sell more and to be more profitable through a whole range of areas, but in particular about sales and marketing. And today I want to talk to you about marketing. I want to talk to you about what I call maximum attraction marketing. So let's get into it and go along the way. So what is marketing? This is a question I get asked all the time. Well, look, marketing is really more than just selling and advertising. It really is about a process. It's a process that helps ensure that the right products and services are produced and distributed to the right clients. It really does play an essential role in ensuring the long-term success of any organisation. And it's all of those things and more. But ultimately, marketing is about positioning. Positioning you, your business, your products and services in front of the right target market. And another question I get asked regularly is about media. What's the best media? And it's a fair question because there's a lot to choose from. There's offline media and online media. There's so much to choose from. The traditional direct mail, the coupons, the flyers, the posters, postcards. And of course today we have all the online promotions, internet marketing, CDs, DVDs, and on it goes. There's so much to choose from. What's the best for me? Well, look, the reality is that there is no good or bad media. The question is always, how can we best cut through the clutter and gain the attention of our particular prospects? How can we maximise our attraction, in other words, to our target market? So today, I want to talk about 5 things you need to get maximum attraction. And those 5 things are the lifetime value of our client or customer. I want to talk about know, like and trust. Brand versus direct response marketing. I want to talk about the client or customer value proposition and systems. So let's have a look at the lifetime value of your client. This is really important because everything you do is predicated on this, or at least it should be. So what is the lifetime value? Well, it's the total profit that a customer brings to your business over the lifetime of your relationship with that customer. Let's have a look at this example of a pizza restaurant. The pizza owner knows that the average bill or the average spend that a customer spends when he comes into his pizza restaurant is $27. He also knows that the average customer comes in 24 times a year, twice a month. And he also knows that the number of years that he's likely to hold that customer for is 4. And so it's really simple mathematical calculation. 27 by 24 by 4, that equals almost $2,600. So in this particular case study or example, this customer's worth $2,600. So that's important to know, because if you were only thinking that it was, $27 that you were getting, you wouldn't think it's worth spending much money on bringing in a $27 customer. But now that you know it's worth $2,600 to you, now the question is, well, how much money can I spend to bring in that $2,600? So really it's all about the return you get on your investment. So knowing that number, in this case the $2,600 number, allows you to invest a certain amount of money on marketing to get people in the door. You'll know that you might be able to spend more than the $27 up front, because over time, on an average lifetime of a client, you're going to make that up. So now knowing that number, the real question now becomes, how much are you prepared to invest to generate and keep that client? What budget will you set for new client generation and for ongoing promotion, positioning, marketing and service? Think about it. Would you invest $1 to get back, say, $2 or $3 or $5 or $25? Well, look, there really is no magic number. You'll need to make a judgment call on that, and that's going to be based on your type of business. But the truth is that you do need to invest into marketing. Know, like and trust. These are three important words when it comes to clients and customers. You know, for people to really buy from you, particularly big items, big ticket items, they really need to know you a bit. They need to like you and they need to trust you most certainly. And when it comes to know, like and trust, we must understand that there are different things that motivate different people. And when it comes to buying anything, but particularly when that something they're going to buy is, you know, of reasonable value, is going to cost them a reasonable investment, they do have a number of questions that they ask themselves. In fact, those questions are really objections. And these are the blocking points or the things that stop people from taking the action to buy your goods and services. So it's important to understand them. One of those questions that they ask or objections is, what's the urgency? You know, is this something I really need today, or can I wait? If I can wait, how long do I wait? Another question is, in today's world particularly, we're all so busy, have I got the time to go and do this? Have I got the time to do the research? Have I got the time to do the planning? Have I got time to actually go out and buy this product or service? And of course, have I got the money? I might have the money, but do I really want to spend it? That's the question they're asking themselves. And of course, well, okay, I might have the money and I might have the time and I might think this is something that I need, but do I really need it? Can I find a way of getting around it? Can I use something else in its place? These are all important questions that people ask themselves, even if it's just subconsciously, before they make a buying decision. And of course, probably the most important question of all of these is, but how can I trust you? Even if I do need it, even if I do need it now, even if I've got the time to do it or I have to make the time to do it, and even if I can afford it, how can I trust you? Why should I buy this off of you instead of your competitor? These are key questions that people are asking themselves all the time. See, today the world really is full of skeptics. With everything that's gone on in the last 5 or 10 years around the world, major disasters financially in particular, but also in all sorts of areas where so-called world or business leaders have actually gone out there to fraudulently take money from their clients or customers, or they've just made bad errors of judgment. People really are untrusting today. And what they say to themselves is, well, look, if I don't know you, how can I trust you? They ask themselves, do you really stack up? Because today, as you and I know, for most of us, there are so many other choices. You know, I need to choose from someone that I feel comfortable with, someone that I can trust. The question is, are you the one? Do you have the competence, the confidence, the ability and the integrity that they're looking for? Are you the go-to person or business? Do you have the authority, the respect, experience and expertise? And if you have all of these things, how do they know that? So today, more than ever before, people really are looking to get to know you. They want to be able to like you, because people don't buy from people they don't like. They're asking, what is it about you that tells them that they can trust you? And the other thing that we need to remember is that often there is what I call a period of gestation between when your prospective client finds out about you and your services and when he or she becomes your client. That is, they might be looking today but not ready to buy maybe for another couple of months. So if you're in front of them today but they're not ready to buy and you don't stay in touch with them, the likelihood is you might miss out on doing business because they go and find someone else. So if anything, remember that you should always stay in touch. You may not sell today, but you might sell tomorrow or the next. So let's talk about brand marketing versus direct response marketing. And my question is, are you wasting your marketing dollars? My experience is that many, many people that promote and sell their products, particularly small business owners, are wasting their marketing dollars. Because they're spending their marketing dollars on what we call brand marketing. That is, promoting your brand name. Brand marketing is all about, look, here I am, if you want me, come and get me. And that's one way of doing it. On the other hand, direct response marketing is, just as the name says, about getting a direct response. It's really about promoting your offer. It's about, you want me, so here is my offer now. Now look, the reason why we get so sucked into brand marketing is because we see it all over the world by the big guys, Coca-Cola, Microsoft, GMH, all the big companies, all the big brand names do a lot of selling on brand. They saturate the market with their brand. They're promoting their name. They're getting jingles in the air. They're putting their logo out there. And of course, people recognise them because of that. And that's terrific. But almost all of their marketing is built around building their brand. But the trouble is, small business owners try to emulate them. They try to copy them. And unfortunately, you and I, we just don't have the same budget as the big guys. So what's more important to you and I as a small business operator is getting the best return on investment that we can for every dollar that we invest. And that's why we should choose direct response marketing. It's really about making a specific offer and having what we call a strong call to action that people can respond to. It's most important that if when you're doing direct response marketing that you do match your offer to your target market. You have to make an offer that your target market is most likely to want. And you have to give strong reasons for that market to respond now. And that's what we call a call to action. Strong reasons for them to respond now. You also need a mechanism for the response, some way in which they can respond. And of course, you have to have a systemised approach, otherwise this will get too out of hand. And finally, and most importantly, there's got to be tracking and measurement. Because if you don't track and measure what you do, how can you possibly ever repeat it and make the success of it you want in the future? So let's talk about your offer and call to action. Look, there are two basic ways you can go about this. You could do it directly. That is, say, offering your product or service directly from an advertisement, and in that advertisement, asking them to take specific actions, such as to call your phone number and book a meeting. Alternatively, you could do it through what we call content marketing. And content marketing is simply about providing valuable, and I'll stress valuable, information, education and knowledge that is likely to help them in whatever it is that they are searching for. So in other words, it's about providing education first before trying to sell your product or service. Now this education or information can come in the form of, books, ebooks, white papers, free reports, or even CDs and DVDs. And again, you need to, through that promotion, ask them to take specific action, such as to call your phone number or visit your website. Now, either way, you need to make sure that whatever you do is automated. Because as you know, in particular, as we said before, people aren't always ready to take action today. So you need to keep in contact with them on a regular basis so that when they are ready to buy, whether that's 1 week or 1 month or 1 year away, you're the one that gets the opportunity to sell them that product or service. We've found that information marketing, content marketing, allows you to build a real rapport with your client. And particularly if you're selling a big ticket item, this is a great way to go, because people do want to build that know, like and trust. And this allows you to show them that you are someone that's likable, someone who's competent, and someone they can trust. Direct response marketing works because it does put you in control. You do need sound planning. You do need to match your market with your offers, and you do need to have some pretty attractive copywriting. That is, the words that are used in your advertising and promotion, whether that's text or through videos or audios, needs to be powerful. It needs to be attractive, it needs to be engaging, and it needs to be emotional, so it draws people in to whatever it is that you're trying to sell. Direct response marketing is a proven marketing approach, and the most important thing is you know exactly where every dollar is going with direct response marketing, and then you know what your return on investment really is. So I want to talk now about your client and customer value proposition. The client or customer value is really the difference between the benefits a client sees from the products or services that you sell and how much it costs them to purchase it. And having a consistent delivery of the value that you provide to your clients assists in building long-term client relationships, which is of key importance to client and customer retention. Now, the important thing to remember is that any time the client value is reduced because the benefits reduce or the costs increase, without an associated increase in benefits, the relationship is weakened. What is your client or customer value proposition, or CVP? Well, it's really a combination of a number of factors, and they are your unique selling proposition, your unique value proposition, your irresistible offer, your unique safety proposition, and your unique experience proposition. So let's talk about these. Unique selling proposition. This is all about why me, why now, why in this manner. Your unique selling proposition is all about a concise summary of your positioning. It tells your prospective client or customer why they should be doing business with you. Your unique value proposition presents the price and its justification. That is, it shows them the tangible and intangible benefits of your product or service. It talks about the value that you offer versus the fair price that they're going to pay. Irresistible offer. Well, this is really all about knowing your client's psyche. And different people get turned on by different things, but it's important to understand what it is that they like. It's about what makes your offer so, well, irresistible. Now, there are a number of things you can do, another number of tactics and strategies you can invoke to make your product or service more irresistible. For example, you can do what we call bundling. That is, you not only sell product A, which is what you want to sell, but you give them product B, C and D, or you sell product B, C and D altogether. Or you could offer premiums. Your product comes in a standard version, but for just a little bit more you can offer a premium version of that product. You can offer bonuses. You really want to sell product A, but you give them a bonus of B, C and D. Now naturally you need to have your services and products costed properly so you can still make a profit. You can offer fast response incentives, that if they buy your product or service by a certain date, they get it at this price. After that date, the price goes up. Deadlines is a similar thing to the fast response incentives, as is penalties. Your unique safety proposition. Now this is all about taking the risk away from your clients. And here you can do some relatively simple things, but very, very powerful in the eyes of your potential clients and customers. Provide guarantees. People like guarantees. Provide warranties. They want to know, how can I trust you that this product or service is going to do the job that you said it will do? How do I know it's that good? Well, if you provide guarantees, it takes away that risk. So it's about taking the risk away. You can have risk reversal plus strategies, and you've all seen this, where they say, look, if this doesn't do the job, not only will I give you your money back, but I'll give you your money back plus, say, 5% or 10%. One of the best risk reversal plus promotions I've seen recently is an auto parts provider. I just don't know the name of it now. I've just lost the name, but they say in their adverts that, you know what, if you buy these products that I'm offering today at this discount, if at any time in the future they're ever discounted, for anything less than you paid for it, bring in your receipt and we'll refund you the difference. I think that's outstanding. I don't know how they do it, but it's an outstanding risk reversal plus strategy. Other things you can do is testimonials. Now, I don't care what you say, when you see other people saying good things about those products or services, it does give you some comfort, particularly when they've got their names and or phone numbers on that testimonial. They are powerful. And they're even more powerful when they are in the form of a video, when someone's prepared to put their face on screen and actually say good things about your service. That's powerful promotion for your new or prospective clients or customers. And of course, case studies. Case studies are similar to a testimonial. They show people, okay, this is the problem that the client or customer had. This is what we did, and look how we turned it around. Very, very important. And finally, your unique experience proposition. What's the experience that they receive? What experience do they receive before they buy from you? What do they get during the buying process? And importantly, what's their experience after they've bought from you, after the sale? The fact is that people do want a good experience, and they want to be ensured of a good or great experience, and they want that to be consistent and congruent. And of course, systems. Everyone does have this gestation period or incubation period. So you really need to stay in touch with those clients and stay in front of them so that you convert them from a prospect into a client and or customer. And then from a client or customer into a raving, loyal fan. And it's your job to keep in front of them and stay in front of them. Stay in front of your prospect. So what you need to do is create systems. You need to create systems for every stage that your client or customer will go through. That is, before they buy from you, when they're buying from you, and after they've bought from you. So you do need to have systems in place. Yes, you need people to support it, but you need systems, and those systems need to be automated. And they need to be proven, and if they are proven, you should copy and implement those systems on a regular basis. So today we've covered the 5 things you need to get maximum attraction with your market. Knowing the lifetime value of your client, building know, like and trust, the difference between brand and direct response marketing, and as I say, small business owners should really only be concentrating on direct response marketing, understanding and delivering on your client or customer value proposition, and having systemized approach to everything you do. And if you can harness those 5 things in your business, you're a long way down the track to gaining maximum attraction with your market. And of course, I'd love to be able to help you with all or any of those particular strategies. Now today, both James and I have been talking about helping you to improve and increase your productivity, to improve and increase your processes, to increase your sales through great marketing, and ultimately to improve your profitability. So we wanted to join forces and to provide a program to you that can help you in all of those areas both James and I have been talking about today. A program that's going to help boost your business productivity and your overall profitability. And so we put together what we call the Power Boost program. It's designed to provide you with knowledge, guidance, solutions and help, and to give you access to tools, insights, coaching and expertise. This program will clearly show you the true underlying value of your business and identifies the best strategies to improve this value by, say, at least 30%. It includes the value improvement benchmarking advice, the VIBA, that James spoke about, and my program, which is called the Maximum Attraction Marketing Audit. The value improvement benchmarking advice will give you an in-depth understanding and assessment of 80 value drivers in your business and identify the areas to focus on to improve your business capitalisation rate. You'll be benchmarked for your valuation, growth, profitability and liquidity ratios against your industry peers. You'll obtain an assessment of the true underlying value that exists in your business and have a step-by-step solutions plan to get your business and its value where you want it to be. The Maximum Attraction Marketing Audit will focus on your sales and marketing, providing you with a detailed assessment of your entire sales and marketing effort. Included are a number of marketing tools and assets that you'll be provided, including information products such as reports, audios, videos, DVDs, and you can use these to give them away to your existing and new customers and clients. As well, you'll be provided with a customised business promotional video that you can use on your website or as a DVD to promote your business. You'll come away with a deep understanding of your business's marketing effectiveness and critical knowledge about what needs to be done, how and by who. You'll have a complete solutions plan that you can implement. So why not find out more? Visit our website, pdkfinancial.com.au, or give us a call, 8271 9555. Speak to James or Kim. We'd be really happy to speak to you.